What is the best routine and food for crested geckos? Do crickets actually harm crested geckos overall, then help them? Today's video, we're going to be going over some aspects on food being the number one input in my opinion, some of the benefits and supplements, live feedings and just not diets, and some of the issues with live feedings that people are concerned about. Let's get right into it, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Sorry for the neglection, as you could say, on the socials. I haven't really been posting anything on any socials of mine, but trying to get back into it. Corporate job kind of is the priority for me, so gotta make sure that's taken care of. But nah, these guys have been great, been daily care, making sure everyone's all good, and thought I would get a video out for y'all. So as you can kind of see from the first clip, we're going to be deep diving a little bit more into the food scene with crested geckos, whether that's overall cost, food and supplements, live feeding crickets equals growth, benefits, negatives potentially, and just not feeding just crested gecko diet. And one thing I will mention is we're going to be talking about pinworms as well with crickets. But let's get right into it for the first second. I did forget to mention, this is one of my recent pickups from AJD Reptiles on his Palm Stream live stream. If you guys have not, check him out. He is a great seller on there. Great overall first time experience. But this is a amazing looking cappuccino female. As you guys kind of know, I have been on the lookout for a nice high quality one. There is 2 dots on her, but overall she is a star. So as you guys can see, I am a big Pangea user, so that is pretty much all my diet, crested gecko diet, that I give to these guys is Pangea. I've not used Repashy, I've not tried any other brand. This is kind of what's been working for me, what they've been eating well on, etc., etc. But one of the things is, when it comes to food, is overall cost. Now again, if you have one crested gecko, couple crested geckos, a small army of crested geckos, food's not really gonna break the bank often. I mean, a couple bags, I buy normally 3 bags at this size, and it lasts me a good couple months, I wanna say. Maybe 2, almost stretching it 3 with the amount I currently have. And I'm not overfeeding, currently filling up the little Pangea, the little rubber ones. Gotcha. Anyway, sorry. The little rubber cups, and then there are also their plastic cups as well for the larger ones, and they eat twice a week, and I keep it in there for 2 days, and then I supplement live crickets as well. But overall costs, I know that people have mentioned Repashy can be cheaper, especially in bulk and bigger sizes. But overall for me, I think it is mostly affordable, depending on what you're getting, how often, and how often you feed. Yeah, overall, crested gecko diet, approval. And when it comes to supplements, there's only really one that I've been using. You can use UVB for vitamin C, etc., and helps break down with that D3 and the calcium. But really the only one that I use is calcium. Mostly only this calcium. This one I used in emergency with one had a calcium deficiency and also a really jagged up tail. Used a little of that in its food and it went right back straight. Not with this one, but just got her out for this. But yeah, calcium, giving calcium once a week, really dusting on crickets, live crickets, is something I really recommend, especially local crickets. If you can get your crickets local from a local pet store, supporting small businesses, highly recommend it rather than shipping. Shipping, sometimes you can get absolutely murked on and they come all dead. That's happened to me a couple of times, especially in the cold months. I mean, in the cold months, forget about it, they'll all be dead. But yeah, definitely recommend calcium for my number one choice in supplement, and D3 sometimes, because a couple things, if you're not using calcium, is their bones, joints, calcium deficiencies I mean, just how they grow as well with calcium really is beneficial to them. And if you're not using it, it can really do negative more than positive to your crested gecko. And one thing I will say is, now that we're talking about live crickets, live feeding, is I 100% would recommend live feeding. I mean, it doesn't have to be every week. I do it every week, and I've seen a ton of benefits from overall growth and size and just sheer mass of a crested gecko, especially at juvenile sizes. Now, the adults can kind of get picky with crickets as they grow. I have a couple that are maybe 2 max and they're little cricket feedings. But I used to almost every single week, and I still kind of do, is supply live crickets doused in calcium. And I've really seen the fruits of the labor. I mean, it's just night and day difference in my opinion. And I would not recommend just a gecko diet. Even if it's once every 3 weeks, once a month, and you give them a buttload of crickets, live crickets, and that's kind of their time, and they know, hey, I'm about to go feed and feast on these bad boys. Do it. 100% recommend do it. And I've seen a couple comments and some forums and videos of people saying pinworms and crickets, and that's harming your crested gecko. Yes, pinworms 100% can will harm your crested gecko. But a study, I thought I saw a study online when I was doing a little bit of research for this, is a study showed that some of the largest cricket farms in the US did not have any pinworms. And you kind of think, where do those pinworms come from if they're not coming from the largest US suppliers of crickets, normal crickets in the US? Something to think about. But overall, 100% do recommend, stamp of approval, live crickets. Don't really recommend roaches. You can isopods, but crickets, waxworms, mealworms, no. But crickets, yes. So as y'all can see, pretty much there's a ton of benefits. Whatever you put into your crested gecko, it's pretty much what you're gonna get out of it. Now, I'm not saying that it has to be double crickets every week for the foreseeable future, because again, that cost does add up. But again, kind of what you put into it is kind of what you get out of it. I mean, you're trying to give this animal the best nutrients, the best supplement, the best way of life for the rest of its life, and that'll come with the cost. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. It's a quick one for y'all. I have a couple lined up, some things about eggs, incubation, hatch boxes, some qualities, etc. Won't get into it, but yeah. Leave a comment, let me know what you want to see next. Please like the video, subscribe, share it, do everything. I'm gonna do a little quick giveaway at 100 subs. We're, I think, at 60 something. I haven't checked in a while, but appreciate y'all once again. Tune in next time. Peace.